Study abroad not only increases your global awareness, socially you find out more about other cultures and customs, but also it looks awesome on your resume. I actually got the job I have right now because I had study abroad experience and I work in international services. So even though I had the degree and the knowledge of how to do the position, the study abroad component actually landed me the job.
Well, since I'm in the Donning Scholars Program, one of our requirements is that we have to study abroad, and I'm very interested in the Spanish language, so I chose Salamanca, Spain, and it was very interesting. The university is one of the oldest universities in Europe, and the architecture and just being there immersed in the culture was fascinating.
I learned that I'm more independent than I thought I was. Like, I'm very shy, and I was one of the few students from Mueller who stayed alone with the family. Like, everyone else got paired up and I stayed alone with the family, and my Spanish wasn't that good, and my host mom didn't speak any English at all. So I had to learn to do things by myself, and I went to local restaurants and bars to watch the Tour de France and do that by myself. So I just learned to be independent and be on my own. And I think I realized that while I'm over here too, is that, oh, if I could do that in Spain, I can order food at a restaurant.
I think you need to go and put yourself in that situation, because what you get over here, I mean, sure, you'll get practice and stuff, but you won't ever get that. You won't ever hear the way that people speak. There's different dialects. In Spain, they speak totally different than in Mexico, and there's different vocab, different pronunciations of words, and it's just a very good experience to go over there and immerse yourself in that language.
Well, I would say to do it because, you're secluded, especially in Arkansas. You have the Southern culture, you got the Bible Belt, and you grow up with these little certain ideas, and then you study abroad, and even if it's in just one country, your eyes are totally opened. Your horizons are totally broadened, and you can never get that if you don't study abroad. I think even if you go to Mexico or something, you'll see a little bit of a different culture, but it's still Americanized. It's go over to Spain, go over to Italy, and you see a total different part of the world.
Some places are more expensive than others. Like Australia is going to be double the tuition you would pay here, but if you're going to Ecuador or somewhere where the exchange rate is less, it's going to be the same amount or less. With our exchange programs, you pay at UALR, and then we send you abroad. So it just depends on where you want to go, and Amy Jones, our Programs Abroad Coordinator, is always more than willing to talk to students about their specific needs. In fact, she has a budget sheet that she has the students fill out beforehand, from their mileage and gas, bus tickets, or how much money they spend on food per semester or things like that, and just to get a really clear picture of their budget beforehand when they're looking at the programs abroad and what that would cost.